It began as a scientific breakthrough, a harmless experiment in neural mapping and consciousness transfer. The first successful swap between two volunteers lasted only 10 seconds, but it was enough to change everything humanity understood about identity. Within months, governments and corporations raced to patent the technology. The world was about to be rewritten, body by body. At first, it was liberating. People could escape illness, disability, or aging in an instant. A tired factory worker might spend a weekend inside the body of an athlete. A child with weak lungs could run in another's stronger body. Couples began trading places to understand each other better. Society celebrated it as empathy made physical, the ultimate equality. But the novelty wore off quickly. A global market emerged where people rented or traded bodies for money, status, or pleasure. The wealthy leased the bodies of the young and fit. The poor sold time in their own bodies just to survive. Crimes became impossible to trace. One moment a thief, the next a different person entirely. Law enforcement collapsed under the strain of endless identity confusion. New laws required body ID chips implanted into the spine to record true ownership. But hackers learned to bypass them. Black markets flourished, offering anonymous swaps that left victims stranded in unfamiliar flesh. Some never found their way back, their original bodies stolen or destroyed. Society fractured between those who guarded their physical form and those who treated it as interchangeable. Medicine and morality blurred. Doctors stopped asking, "How are you feeling?" and began asking, "Who are you today?" Marriages dissolved under the weight of borrowed bodies. Religions split, some claiming that the soul could never move, others insisting that the divine spark traveled with consciousness. Prisons filled with the wrong faces. Some prisoners swapped bodies just before execution, leaving authorities unable to identify the condemned. A few resisted the chaos. A small group of philosophers and neuroscientists built a sanctuary where swapping was banned, a place where identity meant continuity, not convenience. They argued that memory alone wasn't selfhood, that living without a stable body meant living without roots. Meanwhile, the technology evolved further. People began chaining swaps, jumping across dozens of bodies in seconds. Dancers into soldiers, children into the elderly, the sick into the healthy. Cities became surreal. One moment a crowd of teenagers, the next a swarm of strangers moving awkwardly in borrowed limbs. The world lost the meaning of face. Eventually, a fatigue spread through civilization, not physical but existential. When anyone could be anyone, no one knew who they were. Art lost authenticity, politics lost accountability, love lost trust. Humanity had become a sea of wandering minds, drifting endlessly between shells. Then one day, the network crashed. Billions of people woke up. Some in the wrong bodies forever, others trapped in blank states, no mind at all. The system that promised connection had erased the boundaries that made individuality possible. In the silence that followed, a strange longing returned. To be oneself in one's own skin. Scientists began dismantling the machines, calling it the Great Unwinding. Survivors found comfort in something forgotten. The stillness of being one person, in one body, for more than a moment. Perhaps that was the final lesson. That identity isn't a place to visit, but a home to live in.